down at the bottom. You found it.
I
Thank
found it.
you.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the May 8th episode of MVP Office Hours. It is awesome to see you here today. I am Squire Kirsch. I'm joined by one of my favorite people in the whole world, Joy Shutters Helbing. Say hi, Joy.
Hi, Joy.
And
Hi, everybody.
and I'm joined by right now 10, hopefully more of my other favorite people in the world. Gary, hi. Welcome to
Hi.
the call. Normal bookkeeping. So we meet the first and third Friday of the month. Today isn't that. We've been trying to get back on track due to TDX and 5-week schedules. Apologize for all of the confusion. We'll be back on track on May 22nd. We can be reached through LinkedIn or by email, but don't use the email. And if you want to say anything to anyone, really, use the success community. That's the best way to contact anyone, both with questions and feedback and ideas, etc. The upcoming events are starting to bubble up. This spring, summer is always where they hit. So we've got True North and Dreamin' in Data this week. Texas Dreamin', Midwest Dreamin', and Witness Success are all coming up shortly in July. I know there's lots of other ones in the regionals and international space. Did we miss anything?
There's, we'll get the rest of the list updated, but the links are there for now.
Yeah.
The and if anyone is going to Dreamin' in Data or wants to go to Dreamin' in Data and hasn't registered yet, I do have a discount code that I can share with you if you message me. I'll find it and share it with you. I don't have it right in front of me right now, so I can work on that. If you haven't registered and you want to still go, I've got a discount code. It's in Chicago next week. So, okay. What else do we have? What's the next slide?
Before I forget, two things. I mean, obviously the people on the call know how to register because they did already. But if you're watching this on YouTube, bit.ly/MVP Office Hours is the best way to get the registration link. And looking ahead, July 3rd would be the first Friday of July. We want everyone to enjoy the
Independence Day weekend.
yeah, hopefully vacations. Not everybody gets those days off, but we're going to take the day off. So we will not be meeting on the 3rd. We'll stay back on track with our first and third Friday schedule starting next week or 2 weeks, excuse me. So
Month.
keep that yeah, right, and then into June, et cetera, et cetera. So keep that in mind. I think that's everything there. And so we'll go maybe to the next screen. Maybe we won't go to the next screen. I don't honestly know. I learned how to use Google Sheets just the other day. QR is on the left if you need to find that bit.ly link. And our ground rules are the same as they always are after 302 episodes. I hope we all know them by heart, but we want everyone to share. We want everyone to um, give what they know or what they've learned or what they haven't learned yet and they want to have questions about. Post the links, post the resources, speak up. This call is as good as the people who join it. If you've got a question that you want answered, you can post in the chat or raise your hand. And we are recording. So don't share anything private or proprietary if you do share your screen. And please don't transcribe this with AI because we don't have the ability to control that. And lastly, let's have fun. Let's be professional. Let's be positive and bring a friend next time you come. And with that, Jay had a call or a question in the chat.
He did, but it looks like he got it answered, and so he was like ready to share the solution if he was able to join. The irony of Jay having this issue and then resolving it and all of this is that I might see him in about I don't know, an hour or two.
Cool.
because Jay is in Chicago and I have I'm hosting an admin meeting at 3. So I'm gonna have to give him a hard time if he shows up and didn't show up here. Jay, where are you?
Maybe that's why he's showing up at your time
wants to do it in person?
and not here.
Well, it's in person though. It's in person, like next. And so where are you, Jay? Anyway. But it had to do with this custom report, and we'll have to come back to him if he pops in. So Christy, you had a question.
I did, and I'm going to preface this with I'm sure we could discuss this for a full half an hour or more, but the new little banner that has showed up on all the sandboxes regarding, and I put the link in the system of where that banner links to, for admins and other special people in the orgs, having a phishing resistant MFA enforcement is coming sooner than later. And so I was discussing it, and there's a lot of data in this thing. Just want to make sure, has anyone else tried it? We tried it out in a side sandbox that we just spun off on one of the orgs, one of my clients, for seeing, because if we get locked out after we turn on those settings, we didn't want to mess up the pipeline. Has anyone else done it? Because I will tell you all this. I do not want to use my iris or my face or my fingerprint. So.
No, not yet.
Okay.
That's my short answer, is I haven't touched this yet. But also I think I'm wrapped up in SSO, not MFA. So.
And you still have to check your SSO, it says, to make sure it's on the identity side and not the Salesforce side.
Yep.
So.
Right. So it's probably on my list of things to do soon.
I'll also offer, make sure if you aren't signed up to get all alerts as a system admin, make sure that whoever is signed up as the security contact on your org is actually reading the emails that come in, because anytime you get a notification about the one that we've been getting quite a bit recently is the anonymous SOAP call out or call in.
Mm-hmm.
And that one is tied usually to password tools. Sorry, you were saying something, Joy?
I have a tip for all of you. I don't know how many orgs all of you get emails about, but routinely I get an email that only has an org ID.
I know it sucks, right? You need the org name.
And I'm like, well, I'm a system admin in about 15 orgs. I would really like to know what this is about. So because I use Outlook at work, I have some Outlook rules that have org ID equals whatever the org is. And then I have a rule that hits a label about which org it's associated to. And so that works out really well. So I've got like two main areas, and then I also have like a secondary rule that like says it's part of this org, but it's a sandbox, or it's part of this org and it's production. So it's kind of helped my chaos a little bit, because I don't need to worry about half of them. I just need to worry about my half. But there's been some panic in the last couple of days where I'm like, is this my problem or not?
And there will be more panic. I appreciate your information, Squire, about that, because now I have to go back and look at the SOAP API thing. But when you deal with multiple clients, and one of these on this list comes like, hey, before you get to see a report, it's going to make you do multi-factor authentication again. Now, yeah, so it talks about export reports. I'm like, is that only for people who have that checkbox to be able to export reports, or anyone who could see it? Because imagine how annoying that would be.
Yep. Yeah.
The whole thing. That's a whole thing.
Okay.
So I think you just gave us all homework, Christy.
So
I don't think we came prepared, ready to discuss that. Okay.
So question regarding that MFA, is it like you need to do MFA confirmation for every single thing, or is it like once a day?
According to the report part that you're asking about?
Or like any of it? Like this is all news to me. I'm reading this article for the first time.
So the report is up to 2 hours, but you can set it at 2 minutes, which blows my mind that anyone would do that. Yeah. Now I'm assuming a lot, because there's a lot of information to read here, that the MFA login thing lasts as long as you have it set that you have to relog in after 2 hours, 4 hours a day. But there is something I haven't read about yet.
There's a
regarding
120-minute max on that. So if your session time is longer, it's going to make you basically log out completely, log back in. If you're going to need to even, I think, view reports.
Oh, on the report part. Yeah. But there's a whole other section that talks about extended login anomaly detection. So you know how like some orgs, you can set it up where you don't get logged out if you're a system admin. But yeah, there's that. But
yeah, I mean, we literally were asked to extend that session time, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to be lowering that again.
And
There's a
what
lot.
orgs is this for? Just prod and sandboxes, or are they going to
It's
try to roll this out
every
to dev orgs?
environment. It is not just prod or sandbox. It is prod, sandbox, developer orgs. I do not know about scratch orgs because nothing has said anything specific about scratch orgs.
Will
Well,
it
you
be there
answered
for
one.
Trailhead Playgrounds?
Trailhead playgrounds are developer orgs.
Yeah, I know.
basically.
I'm just, I'm so used to adding the playground or hands-on org that I'm using for my Trailhead modules to Trailhead so I can just log in with my login ID. But if I need to do MFA for every badge I'm doing in the future.
I don't know because so that login is not the same login. So once you've connected the org and you're pushing that, hey, just open, launch my org, it is not the usual AI login. And I think it's token based already. So I think that might actually not
Yeah,
have the same
doesn't
thing.
it use your Trailblazer ID as like the identity provider? And so that's why you can have like that hub and spoke thing where you don't have to remember your username and password anymore. Because I don't
Yeah,
think
but
I've ever used MFA for any dev org,
I
right?
have, but
You have?
Yeah,
Okay.
the most I've
I've
done is
set
that
it.
email verification just so I could
Right. Oh, yeah.
get
Well, and
emails.
I've set it up definitely as testing when stuff is gotten released. So like I try it in my dev org first before I try it in one of my sandboxes or in a place
Sure.
where other people are also logging in.
Sure.
So
So,
that
I
if
mean,
I hose
you
it, I
enabled
don't
it
care.
specifically to test it, but like normally you don't have to do that. Once you get that first authentication and link it up, you don't have to do it anymore. But
Not that I've seen, at least not for the ones that are truly the playground or the ones they make you sign up for over and over again. But like my main one that I have, because I started Trailhead way back when it first started and I had to set up a dev org first.
Yep.
That one I have a lot of security stuff on.
Yeah. I'll offer one little side note. So I'm the same as you, Linda. I still have my Trailhead don't delete org that was like my core org that is showing ready to expire, but it has for like 3 years and it never changes status. So I can keep logging into it and keep using it, but it's like in the wrong queue and I'm afraid to touch anything. So I totally get it.
I mean, mine doesn't say ready to expire, but I like literally that is my credential for Trailhead is still tied to that org. So
Yep.
yeah.
I mean, I practically ran my business out of that for a year.
Yep.
And I don't even use that org because at one point I did a badge that you had to sign up for the partner thing. And so now it's got a namespace and I'm like, no, just no.
Oh man, that's fantastic. That's
Just to finish up, I did ask Claude about it because I'm like, hey, look, I need a checklist. That's what I really need is a freaking checklist because I like checklists. So
I like checklists. I like it too. I had
there's a lot of steps.
Well, and I'm just looking at like the stuff in the article I posted. So Andy's article that kind of summarized a lot of it with the dates, which I find more helpful. A lot of the stuff isn't even available to test yet
oh
and won't be until like June. And I'm just like, great, because I need to know whether our SSO is going to work for this or not, or what do I need to do? There's no
Interesting.
point in my connecting SSO to the sandbox yet if I can't really test it.
right.
That's fair. I was trying to not get blocked from logging in. That's all. That was my goal.
Hey, Kyle, you posted something. Do you want to speak to your YubiKey?
Sure. Same as all of you, been experimenting with this a little bit ahead of time to try to get ahead of it. And I current state with my laptop, enterprise security doesn't allow me to use the fingerprint scanner or the biometric stuff on my laptop as is. So I had to go and request a separate YubiKey. And if you haven't seen them, I mean, you can Google it. They're just like a little USB stick, essentially, except that it can hold your passkeys. And so you plug it in, you configure it, you add a pin to it so that it, securely stores and encrypts your passkeys. And then I had to go into that setting in Salesforce in my developer org and say, turn on whatever it's called, the physical key function as an option for MFA. And
Mhm.
then, sure enough, when you log in the next time, it presents you with like, do you want to use Salesforce Authenticator? Do you want to use this other thing? Or do you want to use the physical passkey function? And so you can just choose that, and then it'll ask you like, hey, where do you want to store this? And you just say, that new YubiKey I just installed.
Yep.
Anyway, and then you just have to kind of tap there's no biometric scanner on the YubiKey, at least not the one that I got.
Mhm.
But it does require you to just give it a little tap. And then it effectively, passes
Mhm.
you the MFA step in the org, and you're in. So
How much did yours cost?
um Enterprise bought it, but Googling it looked like they were around $60 just on Amazon.
Yeah, I have one that I bought a number of years ago and I probably paid 40 at the time.
Sure.
I mean,
Okay, so that's only an option for work if my company's willing to pay for it.
yeah.
Well, I mean, you can tell them that this is something that this is an option, but like
Yeah.
that sounds like an IT issue, because if your whole company can't log into software, someone's got to pick up the.
Well, and it's like the non-phishing MFA is limited to those with specific rights. So modify all data, view all data, author Apex, and export reports. I think the one that's going to kill us is export reports, but also besides companies blocking fingerprint scanner and basically the whole Windows Hello login, a lot of them block USB drive additions. So
Mhm.
that often makes YubiKey a little tougher to deal with.
Right.
It did, however, say something about the potential for using passkey. So I don't know how doable that is.
I mean,
But I also don't know what that entails because I haven't set that up on anything yet.
the pessimist in me assumes that as the risk vector continues to be more and more aggressive because of AI, what used to be let's make MFA as easy as possible is going to be we're going to make it really hard so that we're super secure. Like you might find that everybody carries a YubiKey everywhere they go to log into everything at some point, because it's the point now where you can't even log into a browser and know you're actually on the browser. So
As a matter of
Right.
fact, when my colleague turned it on in that side sandbox to test it, once he turned on the whatever check boxes to use the Touch ID, he was using that where he used his fingerprint. The mobile app didn't work anymore. It said, "Hey, you're not on the right browser," and I'm like,
yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
So Rohan, per your question, passkey is kind of like an MFA, but it's stored on the device. But usually requires basically because they can't be like stolen from a server breach. They're actually on your device. At least according to this article I'm reading. Like I said, I haven't set one up yet on anything. I get asked all the time if I want one.
I mean, every app, it's like, do you want to set up a passkey? I'm like, no, don't do this right now, please, no. So please, no. Please,
Yep.
please stop. Please stop.
"Well, thank you all for the discussion."
Yeah, no problem. All right. Anything else, you guys?
As
Easy
a,
week again?
I was just going to throw one more thing out there on this
Yeah.
topic. When it comes to passkeys, the other workaround that I was testing was using the LastPass browser plugin, and it asks me all the time whenever I'm on a page, "Hey, do you want to store a passkey in LastPass?" So I tried that with Salesforce in a dev org and said, "Yeah, sure, let's experiment with it," and that also worked. Much the same way that the YubiKey function worked. So you had to turn that setting on in the org again, and then you choose passkey as the option. And then, in my case anyway, I actually had LastPass was the first thing to try to intercept that passkey creation function, and by default said, "Hey, I'll store it here." And I actually had to go out of my way to say, "No, don't store it in LastPass. Instead, try the YubiKey." So anyway, in both cases that worked. So if anyone else is a LastPass user, you could experiment with a passkey there.
I've
My
also
county does have
seen,
that. Thank you.
I've also seen too for the testing, when it's available to test, the MFA that you can put in LastPass. Because you can do your TOTP right in LastPass as well. And a number of those password managers have that, especially for like service accounts where you might not, troubleshooting, not there, you log into service accounts very often, but when someone needs to, and it might not be the person who set it up because they might not be available that day.
It's true. So many points. Yes.
I know, right? Bye, Anne. All right. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Do we have any other questions?
I didn't see anything come in, but I'm sure there's something boiling in someone's head.
That's amazing. I was discussing the short-term solution of a data load instead of waiting for data to be ready with an integration. And I don't know. I've got thoughts, feelings, and opinions about it, but we'll get the data to the people as soon as we can. It's what I landed on. So I got nothing to discuss there, really.
I got a question.
Yeah, please.
Okay, you are the smartest people I know. So because you're all my MVPs, I'm going to throw out one word and you're going to tell me your first response.
Purple.
Oh, I would love it to be purple. I wish it was purple. I wish it was purple, but no. How about duplicates?
For what?
For everything. Like, how do you manage your duplicates? Because I'm having a moment.
Well, so that's a great question.
Thank
So
you.
when you say, how do you handle your duplicates? Like, how do you identify them? How do you prevent them? How do you make the users be smarter about, like, what? Say more about the question.
All of the above.
Oh boy. Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. We should have let off with this one.
Yeah, I know.
Don't let him in.
Specifically the last one with regards to users and identifying.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe another leading question just to make sure. So what would you say, and it's probably going to be the default answer, but what would you say is the reason why there's so many duplicates? Like, why are you needing to prevent them? Is it attention to detail? People don't care. People want to have their special version of everything. Like, say a little bit about that.
A little bit of that. It's a little bit of those three things. And it's also, we have, so I work for a nonprofit. I'm working with a nonprofit and we have GoFundMe Pro.
Okay.
And they create opportunities and it gets sent into our, our org. Sorry, I can't speak. And it creates a duplicate. So, of an opportunity, of a contact, of an account, and I don't know I'm just trying to figure out how to handle it all, and it's frustrating, and yeah, so.
Your own households?
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, we are on households. We are still on NPSP.
So
we're not moving over at the moment.
So your integration every time someone makes a donation is duplicating the household, the contact, and the opportunity that is the donation.
It seems like it, yes.
And are you, because I haven't worked with the GoFundMe integration, can the integration be configured to not do that and to find them first?
I need to work with my my person because I'm just realizing how bad it is. So I've got to work with my IT department and see if we can do that. So, but it's, and especially because it's gala season. So everybody's, and I have 29 different sites that I work with. So all of those sites are, so it's a lot.
So when you were saying this, my first thought was, well, what is a duplicate? Because there are lots of times when a duplicate is not really a duplicate, but it is, but it isn't. In this case, it is. you I don't actually think you need to fix the duplicates. I think you need to fix
Okay.
the integration. And then
Okay.
if fixing the integration is successful, you've fixed the source of the problem, then it's just a data cleanup effort.
Yeah.
If you cannot
Okay.
fix the integration, your data cleanup effort is the actual fix you need. Right? So
Mhm.
you're gonna build change somewhere, either in the integration itself, or you're gonna do it with, you know, your more active management of your duplicate rules. And it,
Yeah.
depending on what your bandwidth is and the skill sets available, you might need to do it as reporting, where you are, you know, you're flagging potentially duplicated records, and then, you know, maybe every week or whatever, you're going through and doing merges and kind of cleaning up that way.
Yeah.
I
Because
mean,
it gets really muddy.
unless the duplicates you see, you know, are almost like more predictable, like with criteria, so that you could have something built to basically deal with those after they're created.
Mhm.
Like
You know,
auto
not
merge them
ideal, always
effectively?
better to do it before, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
I
if
mean,
it,
I would almost think though, because I was thinking a similar thing, Linda, but I feel like it'd have to be like a fast follow, because the integration is going to be kind of delicate, and it's probably not going to wait for you to figure things out. It's just accepting.
Yeah.
right, but it
So
might not even, I don't know if fast follow or if you're gonna have to batch because of the fact that
right.
it, you know, you're not gonna control when it's running.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like fast follow as in a brand new household was created, which enqueues like a job that checks for duplicates and then consolidates if it finds one, does like a merge, right?
But I
I
mean,
meant that as fast follow.
because
Okay.
to your point, Mike, you need to address the duplicate at the tip of the spear, and then you go from there. You can't
Yeah.
don't assume one fixes the other. And so, like, then Linda, to your point, like, well, if you can't fix the integration, then what's the next step, right? Or if you can't fix the integration, then you have like exception guidance as far as a data steward or processes.
Yeah.
Like, but
Yeah.
jumping too far ahead, you like, so for example, when we try to check duplicates, our biggest challenge is that we have such layered access policies that
Mhm.
someone will get a duplicate error but not know why, or they get a
Mhm.
they can't resolve because they don't have access to the other side. So like it's just this churn, and so like we ended up having to put it back to a process of, before you create, do like these steps, and then it'll approve the create and not create a duplicate. It actually just stops it outright and throws an alert. So because
Okay.
Right.
work. So
Yeah. I mean, it's not like the model is any more complicated because it's household, but the identification of the duplicate might be a little wonky because of the automatic updates that contacts have with households.
Mhm.
But I mean, whatever your criteria are, you can follow that, and then you could always do the
Yeah.
cleanup. But I
Yeah.
think you got to see if you can turn the tap off
Yeah.
before you
I
actually,
think
because
you're.
there's no point in fixing it if you can't,
Yeah.
you know.
That's
yeah,
true.
if you haven't actually fixed it.
Yeah.
The bastard
Yeah.
That's
will
true. Yeah.
while you're, you know.
Yeah.
Scooping buckets of water from my flooded basement and taking them upstairs, and they're still, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
Stop.
you.
Yep. That's good stuff. Good stuff.
Thank you.
All right. You guys, what if
Yeah,
this is
your problem
amazing.
seems to be the opposite problem of what I had when I was playing around in Data Cloud. I was to try to unify records. I was running into the issue of, okay, I have my source A and my source B, but they're just the same. They're sourced from the same location, and therefore they should be unifying 100%.
Hmm.
I was bringing one set of files from my CRM work, and then this was a year or two ago, and I was doing a flat file as another source. I was like, okay, cool. Wait, I'm going to unify my data on itself.
Yeah.
That's probably not the way this was intended to be done.
So have you guys played around with the setup agent yet? Have you read about that?
It's
on our-
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I did a little bit during TDX because I think there was a workshop, a hands-on workshop involving it.
Yeah, Cheryl showed me some of the beta versions of that, and the roadmap for the setup agent is very impressive. It's incredibly impressive.
Do we have that in Trailhead yet, or is that just okay?
There was at
I
least
think
one badge, I think.
Okay, now that I have
remember
maintenance
doing.
out of the way, I can do that.
I think they put that badge in the 2026 Champions Trail.
Oh,
So
nice.
when you go to renew your status as a champion, I'm sure we're all going to do. then you'll get to play with that a little bit. I think maybe they just talk about it. I don't think they actually give it to you.
Yeah, it's just I remember that module. It's just here's what we're doing. Here's multiple choice of what is it that we're doing.
I thought there was more of a hands-on because I remember doing something and having to click approve like 3 million times.
Yeah,
Right,
I've done
yeah.
that, but that was a hands-on workshop that I joined.
Yeah, but I feel like it was a trailhead badge because I wouldn't have gone to a hands-on
Hmm.
workshop. Won't show up in there. Let's see.
I don't know. The things that like the ability for that agent to help diagnose things, I think is going to be incredibly impactful. Like the really simple, this user cannot see this record, but I think they should be able to. What is preventing them? Or this person can't edit this field on this record, but I thought they should be able to. Why can't they? Like things like that, they get kind of sticky. Where I've got my, for lack of a better expression, my old man tricks on a lot of the things that I do. Like I still go into Workbench and force put passwords for users so that when they go and log in, it accepts a password. And you can't do that through the UI, but you can do it with this agent. So there are some really, really neat things that I think kind of unlocks that this agent brings to the table that are pretty cool.
I think
So there is a badge called Setup with Agent Force for admins.
Ooh.
Will you put that link in the chat, Linda?
Yeah.
I'm just like asking for homework. First Christy, and now I'm asking Linda for more.
Would you like even more? Like I can.
Yeah,
keep
I would
looking.
love more homework. Love more.
Linda, how many badges do you not have right now?
Do I not have right now?
Yeah.
Hold on. Learn
Are
badge.
we in one hand only territory, or is it two hands?
Have we ever been in 2-hand territory? Like I feel like currently there is one badge I do not have because it came out today.
Wow.
And it's this summer release highlights. So yeah,
So for the record, this is something that Linda has had going for as long as I've known her. She's had all the badges until they published more, and then she has all the badges. And
well, but for a very long time I had all the badges but one, because that super badge that took me a year to do that I put off forever, and then they retired it. So now like I could have just waited and then I would have never had it. but then I would have felt bad about not doing it because that would have added one to the list of things that I had not done. Which is
could
nine.
never go back and do.
Yeah, there's 9 of those that I can't go back and do. And yes, Micah shakes his head because, oh my God, you know that number. I'm like, yeah, I could call up the spreadsheet and list them off to you if you want.
I am not actually surprised in the least that you know the number. Not even remotely shocked, Linda.
Okay, so
what I'm surprised by
what is
though.
the number?
Sorry, Joy, go ahead.
What is the number?
That I have not
That she doesn't have. She's missing
There's
9.
There's 9 I'm missing. That's it.
Yeah.
Not that you're missing, that you have. What's the number on your profile?
on my profile right now.
128, like what the
It
hell?
is max badges -9.
Well, no, because like community badges count on your profile, and I don't like when I'm thinking about those, I don't count those as ones I couldn't earn or didn't earn because like it's not like I'm just gonna jet over to France for world tour. But I have 2927.
Wow. So 3,000 isn't really that far off.
It's not potentially it could happen this year depending on how many badges they release, but given their usual number, I should be there
yeah.
sometime this year.
Wow.
Does that number include all the super badges, or is that just
Yes,
badges?
that includes all 110 super badges that were ever available.
You must have the most boring Trailblazer profile or trailhead site ever. Like you log in and like nothing's recommended. You have nothing favorited. You have nothing up. It's all white screen. It's like
Thing to do today.
So I
Yeah.
make sure I have at least something that shows up on recommendation. So right now there's a trail that shows up because to finish it, you actually have to get a certification that I don't want to get.
What do you mean you don't want to get?
She doesn't
Data
want to
Cloud.
know everything.
That's not true.
She wants to know 99.999% of everything.
Rohan, this is Linda. This is Rohan. You've met now, and so Rohan, I don't think you have this excuse anymore.
No, I don't. Although I do want to see your trailhead profile because I would like to see all the bajillion things.
It's just yes.
Okay, someone has to let me share and then I can share.
Go ahead. Let's see.
All right.
Can we let her?
Because I remember a while ago, or once upon a time, it showed a little pie graph about what percentage of things you've done, but
Here.
I think they did away with that.
So here's my fun little profile, my certifications, my super badges.
That
Agent
110
Blazer
is
status,
crazy.
all the badges.
I will say the funniest part of this is what your Trailblazer profile name is.
What do you mean?
Labu.
Yes.
It's been a long time.
It's kind of like a little nickname, actually. It's my geocaching name too. So.
Linda, how do you keep up with all the badges? Like you said, they released one today. How do you know that? I mean,
So in the learn page under badges,
it says
the
what
second thing
badges are
says
available.
progress, and there's an incomplete.
Okay. Yeah, there's that. I
oh.
figured it was from the homepage because it always is recommending something.
Yeah, well, I mean, I look at the homepage too. If I'm in the mobile app, I can look there and it sorts by the most recent. So usually, the newest badge.
Newest badge.
It doesn't have
But,
check.
but Rohan, that's for those of us that don't have that many badges, okay? It's not for Linda.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it should show, like, for us, we see like 5, 6 badges. She should just see, hey, here is something.
Something went wrong. Recommended to me. Nothing.
But
something's always going wrong. So
that's because it's based on your preferences.
That's
Obviously, the latest badge isn't actually part of your preferences.
Oh, that's fantastic. That is just fantastic. Oh, I love it. Oh man.
So it would be, but I don't even think I can add to my preferences. So I've got the edit preferences button, but literally I have almost everything picked.
Linda, I'm surprised you're using a spreadsheet.
It's a Google sheet, and
Well,
it's
same.
because I
the
have
reason I asked is because I wrote a web page, or I wrote an dev org that skims.
Oh, so I can't because I tried that and I have too many badges and it creates too many records in a dev org.
Oh, okay. Fair.
So I can't do that. I tried. So I have a Google sheet and I
You
have
do
a
it
bunch
in multiple batches.
formulas in there.
No, it exceeds the org limit.
It exceeds the org limit
gotcha.
for the number of records in an object.
Yeah.
That is one of the
my God.
best accidental flexes ever. Oh, I actually did try to do that, but I actually have so many, I can't.
Yeah, I actually need to have 2 orgs. One for I need to chunk my badges.
Yeah,
for
so
two
I,
separate
I,
orgs.
I couldn't
That
do
Forget
is
that.
fun.
PK chunking. I actually chunk by the 1,000.
By the
So
published
I'm
date.
about to
By the published
work
date.
out my third org.
I
Or you could do one org for each year.
You could do an object
Oh.
for each year.
There you go.
yeah, but again, I mean, plus
But
so
that's
my
wild.
spreadsheet also, the nice thing about it is I put the links to the badges in there so that I can check them, because since they no longer let me know which ones they've added or modified the units on, so that I can find
And you can
maybe.
definitely get a lot more record space in an Excel sheet than
Yeah.
apparently
Plus,
what you're running into.
I have some predictive formulas in there to try to guess how many they're gonna write.
So do you
Why
have
does
the date also that they release that badge?
So I have the date that I earned the badge and the date I
Ah.
last checked the badge. Often the date I earned it is very close to the date they released it, at least for stuff within the last several years. Earlier stuff, not so much.
Oh.
So you probably aren't maintaining your trailhead streak because it's literally impossible for you to
I
do so.
am maintaining my streak. My streak is currently at 32 weeks.
Okay, so they are still releasing at least one badge a week? or-
No, so you can
So-
actually add to your streak without earning a badge. You can add to your streak by like answering a question or making a post or
Oh, that's
by
right. That's right. It's just participation.
it's just participation in things within the Trailblazer community. So yeah,
Yeah. At
maintaining
the
that
beginning of the
streak is
year,
not
I
that
had my
hard.
streak reset because I thought that the badge was saying that I need to do is something that I needed to do, but turns out they just added another step to the badge. So it didn't count as me earning the badge, it counted as me re-earning it. But the streak still incremented, saying that I didn't need to earn any more badges. So I thought, oh, I guess that it worked. And then when I reset, I contacted support and they said, oh yeah, we know that the page says that you kept your streak, but
You didn't.
you already earned that badge, so it didn't count.
Rude.
Yeah. So when I'm desperate for that, I just look at unanswered questions and I answer them.
Well, you can also comment on MVP Office Hours. We'd love to see
I
you
could,
there.
but it's more
Mhm.
fun to answer questions for people. And
Now, are you doing any necro thread stuff, or are you focus on the recent?
so I look at stuff that hasn't been answered ever, and we just keep going back until we find something we feel we can answer that Steve Moe is not going to trump on my parade for.
As long as you stay away from reports, Linda, I think you're pretty much fine.
Yeah, but I've done some formulas and then I
Oh,
give
yes,
the
formula-
answer and then he posts, well, Linda's was right, but now here's some more in detail, and then I don't get the favorite or the best answer.
Sucked in by the gamification between badges and yeah, you're drinking the blue Kool-Aid. It's pretty awesome.
Stuff. That's good stuff. All right. What else do we have? What's the next certification on everyone's list?
Well, actually, before you answer that, I'm
Oh.
wondering, has anybody gone to Cosmos in their orgs yet?
We are really close.
Gone to
Our
what?
sandbox is now there.
Wait,
We've
yeah, I'm
done
sorry.
all-
I'm sorry. Back up. Tell me more.
So SLDS2, the new version of the design
Okay.
called Cosmos.
I missed that. I was like, wait, what? I knew about the
Yeah.
SLDS.
Oh, that's
too. I
right.
didn't know about Cosmos new
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's like depending on which article you read, it's there or it's not there. So it just sounds more fun if you say Cosmos. We've got a ETA of the 26th, and I was just curious if anybody done it and if they've had any surprises.
I mean, we did look at we ran the linter against our LWCs and our aura components, made the recommended changes. I will say that we did a little bit of observability stuff. There's some more we're working on, which is why we haven't gone yet, because I've got someone testing a few flows to make sure things don't break. But the only weird one we had was we had a component where we used in the header the pretty little Einstein character thing that is not visible when you go to SLDS2, and it just leaves it as this plain aqua blue header. So change it, because actually that was supposed to be an error and then they backed it off being an error, but eventually that goes away because there's licensing behind that.
Okay.
Wait, there's licensing behind what part?
There's a header where they include Einstein in the picture on the header
Oh. The you
available for
mean
LWC.
there's Einstein licenses that you have to be able to reference that?
No, but
Trademark,
there is
copyright, like that.
there's copyright issues around it, which is why eventually it will become an error if you're using that. So because they're going to
Okay.
deprecate it. But they decided not to deprecate it right away because apparently it's very popular.
Well, I think there was some
Embedded.
confusion recently
Embedded.
about the status of Einstein within Salesforce, and I can state that Salesforce has not released the name rights to Einstein. So things are still called Einstein, whatever, and we still license that, despite some confusion and rumblings that were happening last week that was this week at Mid-Atlantic Dreaming. Mid-Atlantic Dream, I don't know how, but they got many gigantic Einsteins, and the people started saying that we were releasing Einstein, and we are not. We still license the use of Einstein.
Yeah, when I switched over to Cosmos, the Einstein was no longer there. So I'm like, this is a great time now then to change this. And since it was literally used for a list of customer birth dates, to switch that to a birthday cake.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Or-
The Einstein is probably one of the names that we have held on to the longest.
Well,
I'm not saying it is but
I think that part of that though is because it's being paid for.
we are paying for it. Yeah.
As opposed to all of the other like fly by night names that seem to come across our universe, right? Whether it's lightning, everything, or oh hi Jeannie, bye Jeannie.
Brandy.
Brandy's still around.
Is she?
Brandy's still around, yeah.
I thought she got run out.
Wait.
No, you just have to talk to Gilda, and
Hold
Brandy is
on.
definitely still around.
Do I have it?
Yeah.
I have one.
I mean, and Astro's still around, and
Well, yeah, I mean, but like I remember there being some concerns about the Brandy theme, and then who was the other one that was was being kind of like on blast? Flo? Was it? No, it wasn't Flo.
Flying Squirrel.
Yeah, somebody else. One of the other ones was like getting hammered in socials, and so I wasn't sure. So.
I don't know.
I don't know.
was it
This new one,
Zig?
Piper.
You say it was Zig?
Ziggy the sales blazer. I don't know.
Or-
They're
No,
all-
Zig's still around. I don't remember.
Was it Ruth when Ruth was first introduced because the sudden retirement of Meta that
Meta Moose.
I don't remember. I mean,
All of it.
yeah.
All of it.
Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe it was the Commander's previous mascot that I'm trying to remember.
We're talking about a number of different things here. There's branding, there's mascots, and there's just naming of products. And so I think it's interesting that Einstein is both product and mascot at this point. And maybe that's part of why hung around so long. I don't know, but I just hated Einstein. I actually just ran into Einstein today when I was looking to like do a report formula, and I was like, really, Einstein shows up here now?
I secretly hope they make a new mascot that's just like a Hanna-Barbera version of Mark, and they just get rid of everything else, and it's just a cartoon Mark on everything.
I don't think Astro is going to go away.
Good.
I think Astro is fairly well and quite deeply ingrained in the fabric that is Trailblazer.
It's all good. It's all good. Unicorn Astro. Allison's got them all. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Well, this has been like low key good. I like this being like more low key than usual. Sometimes we get blasted with questions that we don't have the answers to. We really have to ponder on. This is a good meeting.
And just so you know, my 4 little friends here sit right next to me and they provide me with some
Inspiration, right?
yes, inspiration and just calm, especially this one.
Right. That's great. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right, friends. Well, if we don't have anything else, we can wrap up and everyone get a couple minutes to like run around before their next meeting. Really me running to the next building. I'm going to that way.
And will you see Taco?
When I go home.
Oh, okay. Give him a big hug.
I will. Taco's good. He doesn't like spring so much because of the thunderstorms. My dog is 100-pound teddy bear of a Labradoodle who does not like thunderstorms one bit.
There's my 77-pounder who doesn't like when people show up at the front door.
Yeah, they want to
Yes.
know everything about what's going on.
Turn your head. Come here.
Yep, it's all good.
My son just walks in the door and of course he's barking his head off.
Right.
Yeah, that's your brother. Come here, Oliver.
So what I was asking though before we got distracted, are there certifications that folks are working on right now?
Okay.
Because I think we got some answers in the chat.
I have been told to learn Marketing Cloud, and at first I was like, okay, cool. I'll get the certification. Oh, there's 6 of them. Which one do I go for? I recently took the exam for the administrator. I did not pass, but it made sense that I didn't pass because I had less than 24 hours of knowledge of Marketing Cloud, and I also hadn't actually launched a Marketing Cloud DevOrg yet. I got like a 50% on the exam.
DevOrg?
Wait, back up. You said something that is very confusing to many people on this call.
Yes.
A marketing DevOrg. Can you explain?
I mean, I don't even know if that's a thing or it's not a thing.
No, it's not a thing. It's not a thing.
That's my level of Marketing Cloud knowledge before I sat for the exam.
Yeah, I think it was reasonable that you didn't pick that cert up.
I mean, if I did pick it up, I would be very concerned for all the people that do have the cert, because it doesn't actually. It would mean that they're probably not qualified in what it is if I happen to pass it.
So you typically Marketing Cloud email specialist is the first in that sequence.
Yeah, so that's my next one I'm targeting. Now that I realize which one I should start with.
Is kind of more about like best practices around emailing and what types of things you need to know how to track eventually in Marketing Cloud, but without necessarily needing the actual Marketing Cloud experience.
Yeah, so next time I go to sit for that exam, I will actually have actual experience.
Look who I found.
I sat for that previous one because my voucher expired the following day. I was like, oh, I need to register for something.
Is that a Rob Powell I see?
Oh my gosh.
I accidentally Chicago'd.
You know, that happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
I wake up fully intending to not be in Chicago and end up in Chicago.
I had a complete lack of imagination and decided to vacation in Chicago. It's all good.
Yeah,
I got pulled into the local admin group. It's like, our speaker's dropped out. Now you're the speaker. But it's fine.
Is that what he was told?
That's what I was told.
Is that what I said? Well, you know, hey. On that note, I have another meeting I need to run to before I have to defend my own actions. Cheers, you all have a good day.
We'll talk to you all later. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Bye, all. We appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.